Ryan Holt for Condors TV here with Condors assistant coach Ryan Murphy. The Condors announcing the signing of a rookie forward out of Harvard University, Luke Greiner. And Murph, what can you tell us about Luke? Pretty good career at Harvard.
Well, Luke came on our radar because my brother Kyle Murphy was playing with him in Shattuck. Kyle was one of my first calls. My brother was one of the first calls that I had because he knew of guys that were looking to move into the East Coast level. Had just graduated from college. Luke was one of those guys, and he said he's a very high character guy, skill guy, great skater, and we're going to look for guys that can move and play that up-tempo game. And watching him at Harvard, we were really impressed, especially with the way that his release on his shot is very good, very quick, can score a lot of goals for us, we feel. And then the biggest thing I thought was that when we talked to Ted Donato, his head coach, we asked him one question, whether or not we thought Luke was a guy that we could build a championship team around. And he thought that no doubt that this was a character kid that was going to help our team in every way.
20 players announced. Now, obviously, still some movement with Edmonton and sending down players here to Bakersfield. But as you look at the makeup of this team, where do you kind of see the strengths of this team going forward?
Well, we're trying to build our team on the back end first and foremost. We like kind of our core four that we have. We have some question marks like every other team. The rookies coming in, there's a lot of calling other coaches to see kind of what kind of kids they are, what kind of players they are, and where they're going to fit. So it's tough to figure out at this point in the season. With those AHL camps, though, we do get a feel from talking to those coaches as to what kind of players they are. I mean, Bill Scott in Oklahoma City has already given us kind of his analysis as to some of the players that we might find here and where they might fit into the mold here. And then those guys are going to get a terrific opportunity up there, learning how an AHL camp is run. And seeing kind of the quality of play and what's expected of them, and hopefully that translates over and they hit the ground running when they get here, and they feel that they can get right back up and not miss a beat.
You mentioned Condors players heading to the AHL, 9 in total, under contract with Bakersfield, but heading to the AHL over the next couple of weeks. How big of a recruiting tool was that over the summer to be able to have those spots and to know you can bring in some quality players that can potentially play at that American Hockey League level?
It's huge because as a player, all I wanted was the ability to play at a place where I could keep moving up and progressing. And if you know that you're on somebody's radar and that you have the chance at least to prove yourself, then it's a huge marketing tool for us. We want guys that want to keep moving up. Guys that we need our veteran guys. There's no doubt about that. But we also want guys that are extremely hungry and they want to get to the NHL. I mean, it shouldn't be an unreasonable dream for them to feel that, all right, I'm starting in the East Coast League. I've got to move my way up, but the AHL is that's the next step, and they got to learn how to play that game. It's a different game. It's sometimes there's a little bit more structure to it. Some players are better at the East Coast level than they are at the AHL level, and vice versa. So you kind of have to understand what kind of game is played and take away from that whatever experience you can get.
All right, Murph, thanks. Appreciate the time.
No problem.
It's Condors assistant coach Ryan Murphy. I'm Ryan Holt, and this is Condors TV.